Hi, I'm Green Smoothie Mom, and I would like to tell you about one of my most favorite plants in the entire world. It's the stevia plant. And this is a stevia plant, and it is naturally super sweet. It doesn't have any sugar in it other than natural sugars that occur in a dark leafy green. It's actually, the sweetness comes from the chemicals inside the plant, and it's been used in its native South America for centuries. And not only do you get the sweetness when you use this plant, but you also get all the other benefits of consuming a raw dark leafy green. So, as I said, this is the leaf of the stevia plant. You can use the stems and the leaves. I'm just going to taste that leaf there. It is just super, super, super sweet. And put a few of these in your smoothie or anything else that you're cooking, and it's going to add that sweetness without any of the extra sugar. This is by far my most favorite way to use stevia, is in a natural plant. Unfortunately, it's also pretty difficult to find. I've put some links below to tell you where you can find some plants and seeds. I buy mine at a local nursery here called Sweden's Nursery, and the link is below. You can also get it at richters.com, and both seed and in plant form. So if you can use the live plant, that's definitely what I'd use. If I don't have live plant, my next choice is this dried and powdered stevia. They've just taken the stevia plant and dried and powdered it up. So it's all natural, nothing else added, just the dried stevia. This is becoming increasingly available in health food stores in the bulk herbs section. So check it out and see if they have any of it. I would also encourage you to go to your health food store and ask if they have live plants. If enough people ask for live stevia plants, it is something that they will start carrying. If I don't have a live plant or the powdered stevia, there's a couple of other options, and my next option is the liquid stevia. I don't love using this because it has the ubiquitous other natural flavorings in it. However, it does add some sweetness when necessary when I don't have these other available. My least favorite, and the one I would not recommend, is the white powdered stevia. And I wouldn't recommend this because it's very difficult to find. In fact, I have never found any that don't have a lot of other ingredients that you may want to think twice about before you put them in your body. Some of them actually contain a majority of sucralose, which is table sugar, processed fructose, and other binders and fillers. So it does have some stevia in it, but if you read the label, you'll find that it is less stevia and more other things. One of the major complaints about stevia is a bitter aftertaste. I don't find a bitter aftertaste with the natural raw and whole plant. There's also very little aftertaste with the liquid. I do find that there's a very bitter aftertaste if you use the white powdered stevia, and there is some bitter aftertaste with the dried and powdered stevia. So that is one of the complaints. It is something that people can get used to once they get used to using stevia, but that can be one of the things that can turn people off of stevia a little bit in the first place. You can use stevia in baking and in cooking, as well as, of course, in raw foods and in smoothies. And I don't personally use it in baking, but I know people who do. But I do use it in cooking a lot. And it takes a lot of experimentation and starting with a little and then adding to it to get the desired sweetness that you want. Don't start out and don't go 1-for-1 with sugar, as it is about 300 times sweeter than sugar. So you will end up with something that is not edible if you just go 1-to-1. So experiment, have fun with it, and try what works for you. Another usage that I find for the liquid stevia as opposed to the green stevia, the powdered or the raw, would be if I'm making nut milk ice cream or something where I don't want green color to it, and that's when the liquid can come in handy. The liquid comes in different flavors. I've used it in raw cheesecakes and other things like that before, and it does work very well for that. So one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, why even use stevia? Why do you put it in your smoothies? And the answer is, it's not a required ingredient. In fact, when I'm making one for myself, I rarely use stevia, even the live plant. But as a green smoothie mom, I'm focusing on family-friendly and specifically kid-friendly recipes. And adding some stevia to add some sweetness to that smoothie makes it so much more delicious for the kids, and they're much more likely to drink that healthy smoothie if it has that element of sweetness to it. So if you haven't used stevia, I encourage you to try using it. Try getting the live plant. Ask for it at your store. Go to your local bulk food and see if you can find the dried powdered stevia. Or this is available at most grocery stores now, the liquid stevia. If you're using it, I'd love to see how you use it in the comments. If you have additional questions about stevia, please ask them in the comments. I try to reply to those quickly. And I've been using stevia for about 10 years now, so I've had a lot of failures and a lot of successes with it. So I'd love to share any additional knowledge. And remember, delicious and nutritious go hand in hand. Nutritious can be delicious. And please remember to subscribe.